What's up, fanbase? Welcome back to another one of my hopefully weekly honest description videos that unfortunately you guys control. So I asked you guys on Twitter for what's your favorite Naruto fight, and I was like, I'm totally gonna get, Naruto versus Pain. Nope. So it's time for an honest descriptions on your top 25 Naruto fights. I obviously really appreciate the thought you guys put into this, Let's get started. Firstly, we have Drunk Lee versus Kimimaro. Yes, a truly epic battle, as we all remember. Finally cementing what Lee's character actually is. You know Lee, the guy who got screwed in the Forest of Death by a couple of sound guys? Remember Lee, who had one of the greatest backstories that made us fall in love with him and root for his battle against Gaara, where he was destroyed. I mean, actually literally destroyed. He couldn't ever fight anymore, but don't worry. The legendary Tsunade came back and performed a surgery with chances of dying, and yay, it managed to work, and whoa, Lee can finally fight, so Lee's back in action. And Lee's up against Kimimaro, actually beginning to lose. We were really scared that Lee was gonna lose this fight, and then he drank his medicine. Yes, Lee possesses the drunk fist. Man, this was awesome. Lee fighting Kimimaro, and he still got his ass beat. Yes, this is Lee's character for the remainder of Naruto. I hope you're happy. He is that guy who will not actually accomplish anything ever. Thank you for that. We can now understand and move on. Next, we have Sakura versus Lee. Another amazing battle where Lee lost. Lee trying to proclaim love to Sakura, with Sakura valiantly dodging his attempts. And yeah, Lee lost. I mean, you look at Lee's kid and you're like, wait, who did Lee actually marry? I mean, everyone managed to get somebody. Mini Lee basically seems exactly like Lee. Who did Rock Lee marry to get Meta Lee? The answer is masturbation. Next, we have Obito's life versus Rock. So Dwayne Johnson won this one, I would think, but then Zetsu comes along. Spoilers, Zetsu is basically the answer to every plot hole in the entire Naruto franchise. You're like, but Nux, that's not true. Wood style is. You put Hashirama cells in everyone, and now all of a sudden, they can use infinite Kodo Amatsu Kamis and recover and regenerate and get new arms and all that. Yeah, but Zetsu's basically living Wood style. I mean, that's what he does. That's his clones. That's his whole thing. Wood style and Black Zetsu are amazing. So, even though Obito is laying under a massive boulder that crushed half of his face, his heart, most of his vital organs, and he was lying there for hours, it doesn't matter because Zetsu could just reattach limbs to him. It'll be totally fine. Next, we have Itachi versus Sasuke. Oh yes, the epic brotherly battle where Itachi lost his part one. Part 1? I love that fight way more too. Screw Sasuke. Who likes Sasuke here, guys? I mean, come on. Watching Itachi wreck that little entitled bastard. Oh, it was glorious. Actually, I have some YouTuber friends that wanted to commentate on this battle. So, what do you have to say, All Day Anime?
If I had 2 bullets and I was in a room with Hitler and Sasuke, I'd shoot Sasuke twice.
Thank you. And, Too Spooky, is there anything you wanted to say?
Fuck Sasuke.
Very appreciated. Anime Uproar, what's your take on this situation?
Fuck Sasuke.
Thank you. All that was very appreciated. Next, we have Lord Twigo versus Boruto's dad. So I also think this is a pretty epic battle, kind of, between memes. My least favorite meme of Naruto versus the greatest anime meme of all time. Because as we know, Lord Twigo is one of the most overpowered anime characters ever, and Boruto's dad didn't even get a series. God damn it. So yeah, that was a pretty straightforward one. Next, we have Naruto canon versus Naruto filler. So let's quickly look up the stats here. So apparently, only 45% of Naruto was actually filler, so the canon actually wins, guys. Didn't see that one coming, did ya? Next, there's Team 7 versus Kakashi. Not the bell test. Not the second bell test. But his face reveal. This is weird because in your reply on Twitter, you seem to say how they lost, but maybe I'm the only one here that actually remembers that episode. They actually did figure out what was under Kakashi's mask.
John Cena!
See? Yeah, told you they figured out what was under his mask. Next time, don't post answers on my Twitter poll. My highly prestigious Twitter poll, by the way. You should totally follow me on Twitter to be part of the next one if you don't know what you're talking about. Very appreciated, thanks. Next, we have the bell test, because 1,000 Years of Death is a top 5 jutsus in the verse. I know, spoilers, but I do these videos, 10 overpowered Naruto jutsus that didn't actually accomplish anything. Well, truth is, the 1,000 Years of Death was going to be on part 3 as the most overpowered jutsu in Naruto, and I don't know why they didn't even do it on Madara. Like, God! I mean, they did it on Gaara and it did good damage, but like, when they were fighting Madara, why didn't anyone shove a kunai up his ass? I don't know. That's what I would have done. Then again, there are not that many ninja in the series with the tactical prowess of Nux_Taku on Twitter. Feel free to follow me. That is aside from Asuma. Next is Hidan versus Asuma. A truly incredible battle, but I would like to focus on one point specifically because, as I've mentioned, I do this video, Overpowered jutsus that never actually accomplished anything, and on my part 2, I mentioned Fire Style, because if you think about it, Fire Style doesn't really do anything, and I got many comments as to why I'm wrong about Fire Style, and even though we've never actually seen Fire Style accomplish anything, they said, what about Asuma? And you guys are right, Fire Style did accomplish something. His burning ass Fire Style jutsu burnt the crap out of himself! Wow, what a useful technique. But you're right, fire actually did burn someone. Congratulations. For suicides, it's an epic jutsu. Next, we have Naruto versus plot continuity. I think we know who won that fight. But yes, it was a pretty epic clash. It's trying very hard. You know, ups and downs throughout the series, but unfortunately, Naruto beat plot continuity when the war arc came around, and you know, there was no coming back. Next, we have Zabuza versus Kakashi. Well, Grunfox, I agree with you, this was an epic battle. It's what really got a lot of us into the series. We were like, wow, this is amazing. But in retrospect, it probably makes you wonder, why didn't he just, like, use Kamui on Zabuza and warp him away in, like, 3 seconds flat?
Oh, this is Zabuza, one of the legendary swordmen of the mist. We don't want to fight with him.
Kamui. That would have been a very long fight, but they decided not to do that because, unfortunately, Kishimoto didn't know about Kamui at that time, even though apparently Kakashi awakened his Mangekyo when he was a freaking kid. But okay, moving on. Madara versus Black Zetsu. An epic battle. I'm currently receiving a telepathic message from Swag Kage. Apparently, he did not like this fight. I cannot understand why. Next, we have Sakura versus Ino, the brawl for Sasuke's balls. I don't know why you labeled it as Sakura versus Ino. I personally love the 3-way fight here. Raised the stakes for anyone. You know, Sakura versus Ino versus Naruto, the brawl for Sasuke's balls. That's what I would have done, personally. That 3-way fight I thought was way better than almost any other fight in the series. I'm surprised it's this low on the list, but in all honesty, I do understand in a way because the tournament arc for Sasuke's balls was pretty awesome too. Next, there's Naruto versus Hinata, the ramen battle. Yes, people, they actually had to make a shonen female character win one fight in the whole show. And it was Hinata eating food. That's right, women, we know what you're good for. Next, there's Tenten versus Tamari. Yes, this was a pretty epic fight as well. Evenly matched, close fight. Honestly, it was going back and forth the whole time. I never knew what twists and turns were gonna happen. Riveting from the first moment. Tamari barely managing to win. And my absolute favorite part about this fight is that afterwards, when Neji was fighting Naruto in the 3rd round of the Chunin exams, and the whole time, Tenten's all smug in the stands like, oh, Neji's far more powerful than Naruto. Naruto doesn't stand a chance. Rotation, that's like the... Tenten, you thought you were gonna win your fight with Tamari. You don't have the right to speak, okay? Next, Sakura versus Ino. When I think massive cataclysmic battles of Naruto, I'm like, Kyuubi with Susanoo armor versus Ultra Wood Hulk first Hokage. I think Madara taking on the 5 Kage. I think the final battle, Naruto and Sasuke, totally decimating the battlefield. And then there's the underappreciated Sakura versus Ino. Maybe learn from your mistakes and stay in the kitchen where you women belong. Next, we have another Sakura fight, Sakura Haruno versus Nobody. Honestly, I didn't like this fight so much, mostly because it happened way too much over the series. It's like, oh, Sakura's on screen. I wonder, oh, she's facing Nobody. Oh, Sakura's on screen in the Forest of Death facing Nobody. That was kind of a role in the series, facing Nobody. So, honestly, even though she won and actually beat Nobody most of the time, there's a limit. I mean, fighting Nobody got redundant. Next, we have Naruto versus Ostrich. Again, I would not have put this on the list. I think that the fight would have been a lot better if Naruto, after getting his Chakra Sage mode, would have fought Ostrich. That would have leveled the playing field. It would have made it a lot more of an even battle. I think Ostrich wouldn't have been in the war arc, or else there would have been just no sense of danger. Ostrich would have taken down Madara, no problem. But I feel like if at the end of the show, Naruto and Sasuke would have worked together to take on Ostrich, it would have been a lot more of a fair fight than in the filler that we actually saw. But in any case, I guess you guys wanted it here, so it's here. Then we have Naruto Shippuden filler versus the fans. Yeah, we all remember that. I was talking about Ostrich, the last one, filler one. Then there's Itachi and Sasuke versus Kabuto. Yeah, Sasuke totally did a lot in that fight, didn't he? This was all Itachi. This was all about how Itachi revealed how the Sharingan is really everything, because he used secret Kodo Amatsu Kami Sharingan Jutsu to control Kabuto, and then manages to come up with Izanagi new ultra Sharingan jutsus that we never heard of before and we'll never really hear of again, but don't worry, they totally always existed. And he even comes up with a whole backstory behind them, and yeah, it destroys the hell out of Kabuto because, as we know, Kabuto didn't have a Sharingan, and at the end of the series, unless you're Naruto, it's gonna be a Sharingan. Next, we have Naruto versus Kiba, the fart technique. Yes, the fart technique was another one of the jutsus I was gonna put on my overpowered, underused jutsu lists. Part 3 is already basically spoiled, and I got a lot of comments on my previous video saying, talk about talk no jutsu, but hello, yes, it was overpowered. No, it was not underused. Get your facts straight. But yeah, the fart technique was way underused. I think someone like Madara, who has heightened his senses to the max, fart technique would have been a lot more damaging against him than against Kiba, but guy with shotgun versus Ramen Man. A clash of the titans, truly. So at this time, I would like to call out Seth the programmer, Chuck the cyber cuck, Swag Kage, everyone who does these versus battles. I want to see this happen. Guy with shotgun versus Ramen Man. That would be a cataclysmic fight of the highest degree. Two of the greatest memes of each series facing against each other in hardcore battle. You know what? No. Screw attack. I want to see a death battle of these guys. I want it to happen. Make it happen. Can I please get a hashtag shotgun versus ramen? Make it happen in the comments and on Twitter. I would like this to trend, people. Next, we have Naruto versus Sasuke, the first fight. No, we're not talking about that final battle. We're talking about their first battle. No. Not the Battle of the Valley of the End. What are you talking about? We're talking face battle here. Episode 3. One of the earliest and most powerful foreshadowing in Naruto as to what their relationship will be in the future. Yeah, you know why Sasuke is never home, and you know why Naruto secretly goes to meet him in the woods? Yeah, face battle was epic foreshadowing. We have 2 more, so number 2 for the second greatest fight in the series, you guys have Lee versus Gaara. I got a lot of these, and I completely agree with you. No sarcasm, definitely the best fight of the series. Come on, whoever's gonna try to pull Madara versus Naruto out of their ass is like dreaming. There is nothing that compares to Lee versus Gaara. Whoever wants to say Naruto versus Pain doesn't remember Lee versus Gaara. That was one of the greatest fights in anime. I'm gonna definitely do an entire video on that fight. Look out for it, but I don't know about how soon. Lee versus Gaara all the way, and I was gonna put it number 1, but then I got a epic comment that greatest Naruto fight according to you guys. I have Swag Kage versus Lost Paws. A truly masterful battle that, you know, nothing else in the Naruto-verse even competed. Swag Kage versus Lost Paws. In the beginning, I thought that guy with shotgun versus Ramen Man was gonna take it for the best meme battles, but then I saw Lord Twigo versus Boruto's dad. Another top-notch meme fight, but Swag Kage versus Lost Paws. Definitely takes the cake as far as greatest Naruto fight. Both being really awesome people, having really awesome channels, and both somehow being memes on my channels. I love both of them, and thanks for sticking around. Thank you to the commenters and to the whole fan base for making this a thing, because I love these guys. They're amazing. Totally subscribe to them if you haven't already. And this fight ended as a cliffhanger in Naruto. I remember very clearly at the end of the series when they were like, we can't actually decide between Swag Kage and Lost Paws who would win the fight, so they just kind of cliffhangered it, and then Boruto started. We don't need to talk more about Boruto now, because we're actually having a good time. That's fired. But, the truth of the matter is, Lost Paws wins the fight at the end. Not that I'm upset about it. Lost Paws is a great guy. I'm sorry, Swag Kage, but the power of your Madaraction is strong. But on Noble's side, he has the power of the jelly-filled donut. And as we know,
Nothing beats a jelly-filled donut.
thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the honest description Twitter-based madness that somehow you guys seem to like a little bit and ask for more of. I don't even know how or why. I'm just bullcrapping through this whole thing thanks to you. Sometimes I make honest descriptions, and I really work very hard to try to find nitpicks and points to turn them into a comedic fashion and commentary on the series that no one will really get upset about, but also say, hey, that was a good point. And I love making them. And then this happened, and you guys took over my honest descriptions. I mean, not that I'm upset. I love you guys, but at the same time, I'm slowly but surely venturing closer to the point of no return. And when I say that, I mean, the fan base is definitely taking over the channel. I would like to retain a guise of, it's actually my channel, but there's honest descriptions that are Twitter-based. Look at the freaking answers you gave me. I always pat myself on the back, because my content, as far as the analyses or the parodies, is all original stuff. Like, I try not to base it on anything that already exists. Like, I really try. But while it's still original stuff, it's not my stuff. It's your stuff. I don't know what's happening, but I'm also having a great time somehow. I really appreciate these collaborations I'm doing with you guys, and it just makes life more fun. So I'm happy to do one of these a week if you enjoy. When I say once a week, I mean once a week like every other YouTuber who says once a week, meaning once a week, but more likely not. Let's be honest here. Don't know what the next subject is gonna be about, so when I do figure it out, I will post that on Twitter, and I'm looking forward to your answers to see what's there. Link to the Twitter in the description. Feel free to subscribe for more of these and normal videos. Like, this was not, but I also do normal stuff, believe it or not. Or at least normal-ish. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Stay weird, fam.